Namaste. Welcome to Bhavani Yoga. Tonight is a beautiful full moon, so in tonight's little session we're going to do a couple of restorative practices, just so if you are having trouble to sleep at the moment, this is going to be quite a beautiful practice for you, just to relax and to come within. Also, grounding your energies is always really nice into a full moon. Okay, so all you need is a bolster, 2 blankets and a block, and maybe a shawl as well, or a blanket to put over you. Excuse me. So if you don't have any bolsters, you can always use just a couple of pillows or cushions, just nice firm ones would be beautiful, just to feel nicely supported in your pose. Alright, so we'll first start with a beautiful pose that I love to do whenever I come into a restorative practice, to really ground into my body and also to bring a lot of energy into my lower back. So the first one we're going to be doing is using a bolster in a long way, and also a blanket. And if you can give yourself a nice little fold over with a blanket so it's nice and long, and then placing it on the top of your bolster. Just being aware if there's no little creases into that space, if it's going to cause you any little problems later on. And then placing a block at the top of your bolster. And I always like to use a nice little shawl or just something that's nice and soft and quite comfortable to support your forehead. Okay, so placing the blanket over your bolster and your shawl over your block. So we're going to start by just gently bringing the bolster towards our body and placing this blanket between the pubic bone as well as the parts of the lower ribs, just to give yourself a little bit of pressure on your lower back. And then we're going to gently roll over and roll down, and extending the arms out and snuggling into your bolster, feeling yourself separating the knees, relax into your feet, bringing the forehead down onto your block as well as your shawl, and being aware of the collarbones, especially so you're not leaning too far over your bolster. Your collarbones will be in line with the top of your bolster. Bringing the forehead down and just noticing if the neck is starting to drop, if you need to give yourself a little bit more height to support the neck, bringing the blanket or your shawl up just a little bit higher. Closing your eyes and just taking a moment to check down into the body and noticing how the body is feeling. Connecting to your breath. Starting to invite the breath into the space of your lower back. Drawing the breath all the way down into the belly. Feeling the rising and the falling of each breath. And really starting to feel the connection to the earth beneath you. As you're breathing in, feeling yourself drawing the energy from the earth up through the hands, all the way into the heart, into the torso and the belly. And as you exhale, feeling yourself gently drawing the energy back down into the earth, creating lightness and space. Feeling your whole body starting to surrender to the floor. Now you can stay into this pose a bit longer if you want to. You can stay into this pose between 5, 10 or even 15 minutes depending on how you feel. And then slowly starting to become aware of the body, how it feels. For me, I don't feel like I need to move, but I will move. So we're going to start to gently bring the hands underneath the shoulders and starting to become aware of the feet and the legs. You might need to bring the knees a little bit more closer towards each other. And then start to press into the hands as well as the knees, lifting your body up and off your bolster. Bring the knees underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders, and take a slow deep breath in. And a slow long breath out. Inhale. And exhale. And then starting to come back down into the pose of the child. Resting the head down onto your bolster and relaxing your arms. Snuggling yourself back down. Just closing your eyes. Noticing where you can feel the breath. Noticing if you're holding any tension in the shoulders, giving them a little bit of a wiggle to let them know that you're aware of that. And it's okay to let go. And then turning the head to the opposite side. And taking a slow, long, deep breath in. And a slow, long breath out. Starting to gently uncurl the spine. Coming all the way up. Closing your eyes. Just noticing how you're feeling on all levels. Noticing any change in the breath. And then slowly starting to look downwards. And this time we're going to unravel a part of our blanket and we're just going to place it onto the blanket. And then we're going to bring the block underneath the bolster just a little bit, just to give yourself a little bit of support. And we're going to bring our hip towards our blanket and bolster, our right hip, and then just resting that right foot on the inside of that left thigh and to support that knee. Look over towards your bolster and then gently melt down over the top. Relaxing the arms and just pay attention to relax a little bit into your shoulders in this pose. Turning the head to whichever side feels comfortable. I prefer looking to the side that I'm facing. Sometimes if I'm feeling quite energetic or if I just feel a little bit more loose in my neck, just turning the head is quite nice into more of a full twist. If not, just gently resting here, closing your eyes. Starting to enjoy the feeling of the breath throughout the whole torso. Breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through the nose. Now remembering through these restorative poses, any time that you need to adjust to make it your own pose, go to where it feels right for you. If you need a blanket in between the knees, if you need a little bit more blanket to create a little bit more height underneath the hips, to feel a little bit more elevated up from the bolster, which is perfectly fine too, if it's too much pressure. Keep drawing the breath into the body and using your outgoing breath long and silky, dissolving away any worries you might be holding on to, any concerns or any stress. Really inviting the breath into the present moment with each breath. And again, you can stay here a bit longer. Staying here for a couple more breaths if you feel the need to come back up. Being aware of how the body is starting to feel. And then to slowly come out of this pose, nice and supportive, place the hands back underneath the shoulders. Slowly start to peel yourself off, and very carefully and gently pressing into the floor, lifting yourself away from the floor, and then very slowly taking your time to gently turn to the opposite direction. Placing your left hip this time close to your bolster and gently roll yourself down over under the blanket. Closing your eyes. Feeling into each breath. Make any little adjustments to make sure you do feel comfortable. breaths. Once again, you can stay longer if you want to. And then slowly starting to bring your hands back in line with the shoulders, under the shoulders. Pressing into the hands like you're pushing yourself away from the earth. Lifting yourself all the way up. I'm going to swing the knees around. And keeping the knees together and the feet together. And just take a moment just to feel yourself rolling down over to your bolster once again. Just to ground. Feel down through the right side and the left side of the body. Continue feeling each breath coming into the body and leaving. And then slowly, very slowly, starting to gently uncurl. Sliding yourself all the way up. Observe and feel, noticing what you notice within the sense of your body. And now we're going to gently, just gently fold your blanket into 3, and your shawl or another blanket to be there for you to support your body as you lay down. So this is quite a beautiful one, especially if you've had big days in the garden, or if you just want to feel a little bit more energy throughout your whole system. So with your legs extended, starting to bring the lower back towards your bolster. Just getting you ready for your blanket to be placed over your feet, over your legs. And then very slowly support your body coming down, all the way down, over, resting your head onto your blanket, and this will just create a nice little lift through the lower back, your neck, just so your neck is not too in a bit more of an arch, so it's nicely supported. Allow the toes to gently fall out to the sides. And relax and feel the arms dripping off the shoulders. Take a few moments to really scan down through the body as you're going to be staying into this pose you can stay into this pose for 5 or 10 minutes if you'd like to, as you close your eyes, just feeling yourself opening up through the heart space. Feeling the energy coming down into the heart and flowing all the way down through the body. Keep inviting this beautiful warm light into the body. And as you breathe out, feeling it gently rolling down ever so gently. Without forcing it, just allow yourself to feel, sense and relax. Being aware of each breath. And feeling that light going down into your hips. Feeling through the whole pelvis. Feeling down into your thighs. Down into the knees. Into the calf muscles and the shins. All the way down into your ankles and the heels. And the soles of your feet. Into the toes. The tops of the feet. Feeling this beautiful warm light down into the legs. And the next time you inhale, drawing this warmth and light up into the legs, all the way back up into the hips. Feeling it flowing up through the back of your body, alongside both the parts of the back, and the right side and the left side. All the way up into the sides of the body. Underneath the armpits to the shoulders and the shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, feeling this warmth and light flowing down into your arms, down into your elbows, into the forearms, into the wrists, all the way down into the palms of the hands, and feeling it spreading out into the fingers. Now start to visualize a beautiful orb of light in the palms of your hands. You can visualize you're holding on to the energy of the moon in both of the palms of the hands. And then as you inhale, absorb this energy back into the hands, flowing all the way up along the backs of the arms, all the way up to the shoulders, along the back of the neck, the back of the head, over the top of the head, all the way down over the forehead, down to the temples, to the eyebrows, melting down into the eyelids, the eyeballs, into the cheeks, the nose, the jaw and the chin, the lips and the teeth, all the way down into the neck, flowing over the collarbones and down into the chest, down into the belly, past the navel, feeling into the whole body, feeling your whole body relaxed. Feeling your whole body relaxed. Being aware of the whole body, being aware of the whole body breathing, and now bring your awareness down into your heart space. And within your heart space, thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. And the next time you breathe out, feeling yourself pushing that energy to the moon. And visualizing the moon receiving that energy of all the things you're grateful for in your life. Thinking of the moon like an old friend always watching, always supportive. Now slowly starting to become aware of the whole body and how you're feeling. And then very slowly starting to externalize your awareness to be aware of the room you're in and where you're laying. The sounds around you. Starting to gently move your eyes from side to side and up and down. moving the tongue around in the space of your mouth, starting to deepen the breath. And then to slowly come out, starting to gently move into your fingers and bending into both of your knees, bringing the feet to the floor in line with your sitting bones. And then slowly placing the hands maybe behind your lower back and just into that little curve that you might feel between your bolster and the buttocks. And slowly again press into the hands. Bring your chin towards your chest and slowly unroll yourself off your bolster. Step your feet a little bit further apart if you need to. And then come down into your little love cave. Bowing the head down. Taking slow, long, deep breaths. Noticing how you feel on all levels. And just taking this time to become aware of your intention for the rest of the next cycle of the moon. Maybe time to slow down, taking care of yourself a little bit more, all the people around you. You're just feeling more present in the moment. And when you're ready, slowly unrolling and enjoy the rest of your sleep tonight. Namaste.